When pain comes, it doesn't ask permission. It doesn't knock softly or wait for the right time. It enters like a storm, wild and uninvited, tearing through what you thought was safe. And yet, somehow, even storms obey God. Even pain answers to His voice. It may not feel holy when it first arrives, but in His hands, pain becomes a tool, not a punishment. A sculptor shaping the soul into something that reflects His glory. We spend our lives avoiding pain, running from it, praying it away. But sometimes, pain is the very language heaven uses to speak to us. Not because God delights in suffering, but because He knows it refines, it purifies, it transforms. Gold doesn't gleam without fire. Seeds don't grow without being buried. And faith doesn't mature without breaking. Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. James 1 verses 2-3. There is nothing wasted in God's economy. Not a tear, not a heartbreak, not a sleepless night. Every ache is a chisel in His hands, carving away what can't enter eternity. Pain is not the absence of God's love. It's the evidence of His craftsmanship. You see, pain is not punishment. It's participation, the joining of your story with the story of Christ. He too was acquainted with grief, familiar with sorrow, pierced by betrayal. But in every wound, there was redemption waiting. Every nail, every thorn, every cry on that cross became a doorway for resurrection. Maybe your own crucifixion looks like loss, disappointment, betrayal, or delay. Maybe something you cherished was torn away, and you've been left with empty hands and unanswered questions. But those empty hands, those very hands, are the ones God fills. He doesn't waste brokenness. He rebuilds with it. Like clay on the potter's wheel, your life spins in circles, pressed and stretched by unseen hands. You feel the pressure and think you're being destroyed, but you're actually being formed. The potter knows exactly how much force the clay can take. He's not breaking you, He's shaping you. Yet you, Lord, are our Father. We are the clay, you are the potter. We are all the work of your hand. Isaiah 64 verse 8. Every pressure has purpose. God uses pain to stretch faith, to deepen trust, to reveal idols, to teach compassion. The lessons you learn in the fire can't be taught in comfort. The intimacy you gain in sorrow can't be found in ease. When David wrote his Psalms of anguish, he wasn't standing in victory. He was kneeling in pain. Yet in the valley he discovered the heartbeat of God. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Psalm 23 verse 4. Notice he didn't say around the valley, but through it, because the only way to resurrection is through crucifixion. The only way to glory is through grief. Maybe the pain you carry isn't punishment for where you've been, but preparation for where you're going. The wound you hate might be the window through which His light enters. God never wastes a tear. The hands that shaped galaxies also cup your face when you cry. He's closer to the broken than to the proud, nearer to the wounded than to the well. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. Psalm 34 verse 18. Your suffering is sacred ground, the very place where heaven meets humanity. Pain has a way of uncovering what truly matters. When everything else is stripped away, what remains is Him, and in Him you find everything you thought you lost. Sometimes God allows pain not to destroy you, but to detach you, to free you from false hopes, from shallow identities, from the illusion that you were ever in control. Pain is the echo of Eden, the reminder that this world is not home. It awakens the soul to eternity, to the reality that comfort was never the goal. Christ is. He uses what hurts to carve space for what heals. When a tree is pruned, it bleeds. But pruning isn't punishment. It's promise. The gardener knows where to cut so that new fruit can grow. Every heartbreak is pruning. Every delay is pruning. Every disappointment is pruning. Every branch that does bear fruit he prunes so that it will be even more fruitful. John 15 verse 2. Maybe right now you feel cut down, stripped bare, empty. But that's exactly where the next season of growth begins. Faith doesn't grow in comfort. It grows when comfort is gone and all that remains is trust. You can't learn dependence when everything is easy. You can't know peace until you've faced the storm. You can't appreciate light until you've walked through darkness. Pain doesn't just shape character. It reveals it. It shows you who you are and whose you are. Every saint carried scars. Every prophet knew tears. Every apostle bore chains. And every story of redemption passed through the valley of suffering before reaching glory. Pain is the passage. Purpose is the destination. Your scars are not signs of shame. They're symbols of survival. You are proof that grace works. Think of Joseph, betrayed and forgotten in a pit. The pain he endured was the very road that led him to purpose. What others meant for evil, God meant for good. Think of Job, stripped of everything yet declaring, "Though he slay me, yet will I trust him." His faith wasn't built in blessing. It was built in breaking. Pain has a peculiar holiness. It humbles, it refines, it clarifies. When you look back, you'll see that every heartbreak carried a hidden blessing. Every loss led to a greater love. Every wound became a testimony. The same fire that burns also purifies. The same storm that wrecks also reveals. In your deepest ache, you will discover the depth of his affection. Because God is not just after your comfort. He's after your character. Character that looks like Christ, that forgives when wronged, that loves when unloved, that hopes when hopeless, that endures when weary. He uses pain to make you more like Jesus, the one who suffered yet never sinned, who bled yet never cursed, who hung on a cross and still whispered, "Father, forgive them." That's the goal of every trial, to shape you into that kind of love. You may not understand the reason now, but one day you will. One day, the pain that confused you will make sense in the light of his presence. One day, you'll see that the valley was the very place your roots grew deep. One day, you'll realize that every tear watered something eternal. Until then, keep trusting, keep believing, keep becoming. Let pain do its holy work. It's teaching you patience. It's birthing compassion. It's purifying your motives. It's preparing your heart to hold what's next. The process hurts, but the outcome heals. Gold doesn't fear fire because it knows what it's made of. You are gold in his hands. The fire isn't punishment. It's proof that he sees something precious in you. When you feel crushed, remember, grapes must be crushed to become wine. When you feel pressed, remember, olives must be pressed to release oil. When you feel buried, remember, seeds must be buried to bloom. Every pain holds purpose when placed in God's hands. Lift your eyes. The pain is not permanent, but the transformation is. He is not finished with you yet. The fire you face today will become the light that guides someone else tomorrow. So hold on. Don't despise the breaking. Don't curse the storm. Don't run from the fire. Let it make you holy. Let it make you whole. Because pain, when surrendered to God, becomes the birthplace of purpose. If this message spoke to you, Share in the comments. What is God teaching you through your pain right now?